No sudden move. This video will contain spoilers. No sudden move really took me by surprise. I was not really sure what to expect going into this movie. All I knew was that it was a crime drama set in the 1950s, but I gotta say, from the very opening scenes, I was hooked right away. The film does a great job of transporting you to this world very quickly, in part due to the look and feel of it all. The old school clothes and costume design was fantastic, the old school cars and houses, and the fantastic soundtrack by David Holmes. I can't find any other word to describe the sounds used in the soundtrack other than old-timey, old school, classic strumming and drum beats that just fit so perfectly with the time period of the film as well as the genre itself. Now, make no mistake, this is a mafia movie. It doesn't hit you at first, but by the end you realize damn well this is a mafia movie. I think the best part of this movie is easily its first act, which is kinda disappointing since you never really want the movie's first act to be the best because then everything else feels weaker in comparison. The rest of the movie isn't bad, it's just the first act had such an intensity to it that once Matt's family is held hostage in the house, I thought the film's title No Sudden Move would suggest the entire film would be centered around the hostage situation. Clearly I was wrong in this, but that entire sequence was thoroughly entertaining and frankly it was easy to follow. This movie does get quite convoluted and complicated with its characters and plotline, and I would be lying if I said I understood it all. I'm sure with a few synopsis reads here and there and possibly a rewatch, I would understand it all much better. I think what makes it confusing is there are a lot of questions left up in the air, like for example what is in Matt's safe that is so important to these two guys, and the purpose of what their entire job is slowly revealed over the course of the film, but really to me it just felt like a game of who can outwit who to claim the biggest cash prize by the end of the film, with various characters and scenarios needed to make that happen. I understood the general idea of what was going on and who was who, but I'll definitely need a rewatch to piece it all together. And while the movie was tough to follow, I never felt completely in the dark. I was never frustrated not knowing what was going on because the pacing is still great. The movie moves at a brisk pace and never lets up, albeit a bit slow near the middle, but it picks up greatly by the end. Another great thing that made this movie so much more engaging was the incredible cast. This might be one of the best movie casts we've had in a long time. Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro take the lead. Just them two alone as leads are fantastic. Don Cheadle gives a very subtle but intriguing, sometimes menacing performance, and I can't lie, I was a little disappointed with del Toro. Not anything on his part, but he wasn't really given much to work with, script or even story-wise. We got David Harbour, who is fantastic, Noah Jupe, known best for A Quiet Place, but was also really good in Ford v Ferrari, Ray Liotta, the good fellow himself, Julia Fox, the surprise star from Uncut Gems, Brandon Fraser makes his return after quite some time, Kieran Culkin is great to see, Frankie Shaw was also great, and the man himself, Jon Hamm, killed his role. Oh, and freaking Matt Damon shows up in the last 30 minutes of this movie, if you can believe that. Not even listed on any credits or IMDb or anything. What a legend. Everyone really nailed the roles they had. Some had larger roles than others, but the screen time was mostly scattered around throughout, so everyone really had their moment to shine. The entire movie was for some reason filmed in like ultra widescreen, so there are some shots where things off to the side, sometimes even people, are like squished and compressed. It was awkward at first, but I didn't even notice it later in the movie. Not really sure what the point of it was really though. Overall, I can't say I understood everything, but an absolutely phenomenal cast, a great pace, great dialogue, killer soundtrack, and an engaging story full of unpredictable twists and turns make No Sudden Move a must-watch and a future mafia classic. I'm gonna give No Sudden Move 4 stars out of 5.